V6.
Yeah, that'd be the
that's a
Raptor motor,
yeah.
440 horsepower? That's a fair amount.
That's a big number.
It
Yeah,
is,
interesting.
Is this a truck and a van or an SUV? An SUV, right?
What
SUV.
Expedition?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an SUV.
It's an F-150.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
That's why everybody wants the Excursion back, which is the
Yes,
F-250.
which is the proper, like...
Yeah.
Those things
But
are massive.
Expedition is probably still body on frame, no?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a truck
But Excursion
ladder.
is like, people really go nuts
But
for
it was
those.
a 3/4 ton chassis.
That's
on
why
the Excursion.
it's an
Oh,
F-250.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a client that loves his... I'm never going to get this right. It's a Suburban, but it's like the heavy-duty Suburban.
Yeah,
And
there's a
he's
Suburban
like,
HD.
yeah, he's kept like 3 of them because he can't
Yeah.
buy them anymore, so he's like slowly aging them
Yeah, the
out.
glass comes up and the gates open like saloon doors.
Yeah, he loves his...
Pretty handy.
Really?
He loves his Suburban. He has more than one, so...
Good for him.
Yeah. They're all black.
I think, honestly, I feel like that's the only way they came.
I don't know.
I only remember
gray.
I've
like
seen it in
old...
white.
So I was thinking
Really?
white or like that
no,
gray
but like that
silver
type,
color.
like that type when they made the HD.
Oh, I
I
don't
only
know
remember
that.
black.
Yeah.
don't know.
Black on beige interior.
Don't
I
know.
love it. That's
Did
what
you all get on the
Tahoe was.
Wi-Fi? You got service now? I don't want you to...
I'm still struggling, but
I'm good.
if it's a whole... Are you an iPhone user? Will it just share it to me?
It's a
Should.
lot to ask me. I'm not that technologically advanced.
Should.
But
I'm on
do you know what? Maybe
Wi-Fi
we
for-
should just
I don't
jump
know
right
when,
into the
but-
show because
Yeah.
we've been on for a while. So you might as well just... hop
Just
right
do
in
it
there.
live.
Yeah.
Welcome to DashBoard.
Welcome.
We've been yammering about the Ford Expedition. If you heard that background.
You've been recording this.
Oh
haven't you?
yeah.
I missed
Well,
that
I was
small
told
detail.
to. I was reading Mike's checklist. It said banter, and
Yeah.
once we hit a banter-ish subject, I just turned it on.
You got the banter.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the right thing?
That
to
way,
do?
yeah.
I don't
like
want
it.
to. I don't want to throw you all off or anything.
Yeah.
You were doing so good there. It felt so natural.
You did.
Don't all clam up now.
We let the listener behind the fourth wall. None of us actually know anything. We're all just Googling frantically.
What are we going to talk about tonight?
I don't have the iPad in here, so we are at a disadvantage. It's easier.
Yeah, what car came out today? Let's quick Google it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know if it came out today, but I saw some sort of like post about it. Somebody posted about like finally getting our chance to get our hands on this new
Yeah, that makes sense.
expedition.
Well, we've been on this Ford kick lately. I don't know what's that.
True. Let's get a brief update, if we can, on who's been to a Ford dealership since we last spoke.
Oh yeah.
I would say both of us.
Dill's been at a couple. We just drove through a parking lot on a Sunday.
You did that strategically, so
Yeah,
there's nobody
exactly,
there.
right? So-
okay. Yeah.
Like you just drove and didn't get out and quick look at them?
We both got out.
Yeah, okay.
But
That's what I
couple
do, so.
notes. We're driving up to this thing. It's sitting nice on the corner of a lot, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Facing
like
the corner.
showpiece.
Showpiece.
You're
And it's
driving
nice.
the Cayenne?
Driving the Cayenne.
Yes. Okay.
And this is a new, I don't know if it was 2025, Wild Track, 2-door,
Yes.
black on
Yes.
black.
Yeah.
Really cool. 35-inch tires. It's beautiful.
Black wheels?
yeah.
Dark wheels.
Black or dark. I
With
can't
the
remember.
silver trim ring?
No.
Oh no. Oh,
No.
that's interesting. Okay.
This is the first one I see. Okay, I could drive this. But as we're pulling up to this thing, Wendy says, well, it's no Cayenne.
Oh, already? Before she
Already.
even sat in
She
it.
hadn't even got out of the car yet.
Come on, really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
That was a surprise. And then we look at the sticker price, $84,000. She goes, definitely not.
This is the 2-door one you were talking about?
Two-door.
$84,000 for a
Well,
2-door?
that's OG MSRP.
Yeah. Discounts available off that. Plus Sean's X plan. So
Well, there you go.
Did it say 2024 like his last
no, I
year's
think
car?
it was 2025.
I think it was because you sent me the link later,
Yeah.
and
Was it
But it had-
24?
it had
It-
$7,500 factory money off.
But it's
already.
got gear on it,
Oh, well.
right?
No, I think that was standard gear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is the light bar? That's not standard.
Yeah, I don't know if it was or not.
Come on. Extra gas can's not standard.
Yeah, I know. Had the rock sliders. I think it was a package you can add.
Really?
Yeah. So it was
Wow.
cool.
Again,
I
these
wish I
damn
could
packages.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So we come
yeah.
home and I'm like, I'm kind of pumped. I'm like, oh, I like this thing. So Wendy gets back on the builder and she goes like, none of these will work unless it's a Raptor. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Right. Okay.
Wendy.
Why don't you
Yeah,
just
I
get
know.
a lightly used Cayenne GT? It'll be cheaper.
Well, we have a Cayenne.
What's a
but-
Cayenne GT? The turbo one? The really
Yeah.
fast one?
The totally wacko one with the 600.
Oh yeah, what's that called? Turbo GT. Sorry.
Turbo
Turbo
GT,
GT.
sorry,
That's
yeah.
why it threw me off.
Because it has to be lifted. It has to have AT tires on it.
So she doesn't want a
Or she
race
won't-
car.
No,
She
she
wants
wants something to go mudding in, but not really.
up there where they're from, mudding is
Yeah.
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 You're gonna want to mud to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of changed in the last 6 months, no?
Yeah, she's really gone
Yeah. She's gone country.
hick.
Yeah, but gone country with a leather interior and nice, like it has to
Yeah.
it has to be finely appointed.
and German made. I mean, all these
which
things.
really does limit your
Yeah.
options.
Indeed.
And she doesn't want to get an Audi
No,
because that is an issue.
We won't go there.
No, but there's some good Audis like SQ7 or something like that. Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And they're cheap used. A couple years off lease.
Yep. I followed one of those. They ripped it down a road near my house, and it sounded.
They sound
unbelievable.
Oh, they
awesome.
do sound good.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah,
Was it a
they
red
do.
one by
It's
chance?
black.
There's a red one around here. It's like a dark red. And it
Yeah.
looks wicked.
There's a when I stopped in at Courtesy, they got an SQ7, I think, or SQ5
Color?
maybe, black.
God, they're all friggin'
But I'm
black.
like, yeah, these are pretty nice.
Yep.
And S line, like
Yeah.
you're getting some fun.
I myself for Audi, I wouldn't buy one newer than 2020. Too much tech in them.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So going back to, is this a dead horse now, or are we?
oh,
we're
nice
still-
play on words there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
I
you
don't
meant
know.
to do that.
We,
No,
we
I
haven't
don't
had
think
the
you
chat with the
Yeah.
actual dealer yet, which is booked for sometime this week. So.
Oh, I see.
Is that okay? I got a question. Is that something you guys normally do? Is book appointments for dealerships?
Well, I know the guy personally, right? So I'm like,
Yeah.
we'll go chat and I'll learn because, like you said, Dill, I don't know the difference between the Big Bend, the Badlands,
Oh,
the Wild Track, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
what all these versions are. So let's spell it out.
Yeah, you know that like GIF with a guy in the room and he's got like 19 red yarn strung across
Yes.
the wall. That's what I think.
And
of
there's like
when
a
you're-
a picture of Walter White on it.
yeah, when you're trying to figure out how to order a Bronco.
Yeah. It's not as easy as it looks.
So difficult.
Yeah.
I've never seen a vehicle you can order so many different options on so many
Yeah.
different models.
So do you think when is she open to driving this, and will that maybe
yeah.
turn things around, or
Yeah.
we're not sure?
Yep. Could very easily.
Yeah.
But you're not going to buy a two-door Bronco.
Not
It
a
doesn't
two-door.
make
No,
any
wouldn't,
sense.
wouldn't get a two-door. For
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
Although I
two-door
think the
still
two-door
makes sense.
aesthetically looks really slick. 'cause
It
it's-
does look slick.
It
It
does.
looks
Yeah.
like too much of a Tonka toy to
Yeah,
me.
but I'm all about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to me it's
Paint it
no,
yellow.
no,
I am
no dice.
down.
So on your side of the table, what happened this week at the dealership?
We
event?
had a good, we'll call it discussion about what she approves the Bronco to be looking like and what I approve.
Well,
Is
what
she,
sort
is
of
she
discussion
down on
would-
all the
yeah.
models as well?
No, I don't know. She doesn't know.
All right.
Neither do I, so I'm no better. But
That's
Right.
just it.
Right.
what makes these vehicles is what rubber is on it.
Oh, 100%.
And what rim. Like,
100%.
it can kill the look of the best looking
Yeah.
one, which
100%.
I don't know what model that is.
Take
but,
take a base one and put 35s on it and some good rims.
oh, man,
I'm in.
you're
I'm
there.
in. Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I think I'm on record saying that wheels and tires, mostly wheels, have the most impact
Oh, they do.
on the aesthetic of a car out of any
Completely.
single thing you can do to it.
Totally agree
That's
with you.
interesting. We should dive into that later on other
but
vehicles.
as long as they're not black.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's very important.
I'm never offended by black wheels, but I understand exactly what you mean.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you could have them. Well, I think actually it was not to cover old ground here, but
No,
it
you're
was.
fine.
I think we talked about the new Carrera, and all of the wheels stink.
yes,
and that
yes.
actually has ruined the entire car for me.
Yes.
So, but if you put a nice set of wheels, it could be any of their back catalog or just something different.
Right.
Probably would feel different.
Let's come back to that because I don't want to get sidetracked off
Indeed.
of your Bronco thing. Isn't it true that I don't know this, but as you go up in options on the Bronco, they widen the fender too? Like it's not just the wheel,
I
right?
feel like, no, it's definitely, I
Okay.
bet that's true.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so as well.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
Not
at all.
100% sure.
my gut tells me that certain Broncos attract my attention for sure, and my gut also tells me that the ones that do always have a bigger wheel and a fender that looks more suited to the wheel. So I'm thinking that's how they do it. Like, hey, we build the same unibody or whatever
yeah.
this part is, and then these just
Well, they
clamp
either
on
stick
other-
like, that maybe, I don't really know, but maybe the base comes with 9-inch
Sure.
rims.
Exactly.
And then
That's how, wow.
maybe like the crazy Big Bend wild track pack, you got like 12.5-inch wide rubber on the back.
Yeah, I know. Could be.
If
I don't
that
know.
math
It
is
makes a
actually
bi- it
accurate,
makes
it's
a
pretty
big
shocking
difference.
because a 9-inch wide wheel looks anemic on a base.
On a
Yeah, because they
Bronco,
do.
Yeah.
That's
They
hilarious.
do
They
look
look
really
hilarious.
small. They
They
look like
do.
old military Jeeps,
Yeah.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like skip leg day kind of thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the problem. Yeah, that's exactly the issue. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we haven't bought one. Did you guys drive one?
No, I honestly haven't had any time once they're open. So I spun through, I think, quickly Saturday afternoon, but just to check in another city. And it's funny when you drive okay, like a new F-150 into a Ford lot. It's like you're a beach goer with a French fry, and the salespeople are seagulls.
Oh,
They're
I
just,
see.
Boom, out the door.
They're
like,
you're
this
gonna,
guy.
This guy's going to trade
Like,
this
yeah,
back.
This guy, he's ready to go for
Right.
something else.
Right.
Yeah, it's like swatting them off. Like, no, we're good.
Dillon's had high levels of distraction this week because he's begun pouring his new, what do you call it? Exposed aggregate driveway.
You got it.
That's quite of a process.
It's a real
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah.
Did they get the?
She's a beauty.
Is it done today?
65% of the pour. So it
And
actually
they haven't
it's
started
30
blowing the top off yet.
Yeah,
though.
it's blown off. I'll show you a
Okay.
It
picture
looks
right
so
now.
good.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you
It's
were
a big
working,
driveway,
you were
right?
working it this morning,
well,
right?
I know.
I thought that was him too.
I forgot about that. Look at it though; it's so beautiful.
Yeah, like
Look at
that's
that.
that's what they got
that
like
looks,
done.
That looks
Oh,
so
wow.
good.
And then if you swipe one way, I like kind
Just
of
not
like
too
took-
far.
Yes, exactly.
like
Not
a-
to the left, only to the right.
So you're gonna have like a cold joint in this
Shout
thing
out
somewhere.
Janine.
Yeah.
Oh, they did a lot though. Holy cow!
Yeah, well, it's the whole driveway's 3,300 square feet is what it turned out to be.
What I like about Dillon is most of his backyard is driveway.
Yes.
I love
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot.
This small amount of grass.
But I felt
that's
like
fine.
a kid at like Christmas. I was like, oh
Looks
my God,
so
thank
good.
God.
That's the right way to go.
It's
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. And then when it's like, once they get all this blown off again kind of thing.
What does
and
the
then we
blow
get it
off mean?
sealed,
What do you mean by that?
Like pressure wash it off.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you mean. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it.
And
Okay.
then this, now you just kind of flood it, right? To like just wash away the dirt.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to have full finished driveway.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hang out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put my like cup down on it, and not have to worry about it sinking into the gravel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
live with that kind of stuff for like 2 years, and you're like, you just know the end goal.
2 years.
You know the end
Right.
goal, and you're like, all right, it's fine, it's fine.
almost
And then it's
there.
here.
Almost
It's like, oh
there.
my God, thank God.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Honestly, even the picture alone, you're like, and it was a perfect day for it. Nice temperature. Can they pour in the rain?
No.
Oh, so if it rains tomorrow, you're
Yeah. So tomorrow might
So,
not happen, but
okay. Okay.
Wednesday is definitely gonna rock on.
But if it
so.
rains on the part they've already prepared for the pour, do they not have to re-level that again?
No, it's all good.
no,
Oh,
it's good.
good.
Yeah,
Okay,
like you
okay.
can walk on it within.
No, not the part they poured, but the part that hasn't been poured yet, like where it's like gravel still.
Oh yeah, no, they're good.
Okay, they don't have to
Yeah.
redo it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, they're
Oh,
good.
it looks so good. That's a heavy distraction, though. Also, that's the cost of a Bronco, a used one.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I bought a car today, but it doesn't drive. Didn't get to pick any
Looks
options.
pretty.
Sure does.
Looks pretty.
It's
It should last a
beautiful.
lot longer than a car.
Indeed.
And let's talk about the disadvantages of that because it's so damn sexy. But now you're on the hook for $2,500 a year in sealant.
Well, my cost $1,000.
Okay, so you're getting a deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sealing a driveway. Ugh.
I keep on top of it. There's people in my neighborhood who haven't, and 2 years in that
Oh, it
exposed
looks-
aggregate looks like
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
And what
it
happens?
does.
It starts to chip away?
Yep.
Yeah.
really?
Well, it just gets beat up, right?
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it just doesn't look
Stones
like it.
start popping out. And whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you got to stay on it. It's
okay.
maintenance.
Okay. That's some heavy driveway maintenance, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think the sales. So nobody's bought. In summary, we haven't bought anything yet. This weekend, there's further plans to explore Broncos.
Long weekend coming up, so I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's true too.
Yeah. I won't get anywhere this week. Busy week.
Yeah.
Then
Dill's
the
bachelor
lady's
this weekend.
gone. So
Oh, yeah.
the boss, the buyer is gone here. So
Tell
Not-
your wife to
nothing's getting
remove
made.
all references to Trump off of her phone. You think I'm joking. I
Yeah,
couldn't
really.
be more serious about it. I would make sure there's no,
I don't think we
arbitrary border search has sort of become a thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Perhaps.
Let's quickly. I just want to touch on tire fitment, not specific to my car, but just more in general. We got into this conversation the other day about how certain tires on certain rims look good, certain ones don't. And the perfect example is we spent when we recorded, what was that, a week ago? We spent the last evening looking at tire fitment on both my car and Sean's Boxster, and we were convinced that the PS4S is the right tire for all these cars in general.
Yep.
But we could really see the difference when we look at my car versus his with a slightly wider wheel and a slightly different shape to the tire. And talking about Mike's car, which runs a Pirelli.
Yep. P0s.
Also a different look, which I looked yesterday. I think it looks quite good, but it's noticeable. It's one of those things I never really paid attention to, and now I can't stop looking at it.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with getting new stuff, right? But is your Pirelli more boxy,
Nah, I didn't.
or do you think
not really?
You think it fades away like
Yep. I think
the PS?
I think they're both the same front and rears, though.
They are.
Really.
They definitely are. I
Yeah.
agree with that. On his
really?
car, they definitely
Yeah.
are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yours were the
yours.
same.
No,
No, they're two different sizes.
they're
My-
more square on the fronts and more
No,
rounded
but
off
like
on the back.
shape wise.
Similar, yeah. But to Mike's point, the front's a much narrower rim and tire. So yeah,
It's noticeable.
It is interesting how it does make a big difference in terms of the visual look, and maybe it's not something you maybe normally would look to go see, but when you pointed it out, then we all started looking like, oh yeah, it is quite a bit different. But
It's only because I changed tires, so my radar is going a mile a minute.
Yeah.
That's all. I got so used to it. I was telling Dillon that what I've been doing, not to get nerdy, but I've been parking the car in the driveway and staring at it. And I've decided that I'm over it. Because
How's
in the
the wife
beginning,
feel about that?
I don't think
totally
he is. I don't think he's over it
She's
at all.
inside. She's inside reading. She's so happy. So happy. I invited her outside to read, but I wasn't going to talk about it. I was just going to stare at
But
it.
for the listener, we are talking about the sidewall shape.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Like either it's more of a kind of boxy-esque
Yes.
top, or
Yes.
just like completely like
Or it kind of
fades out.
rounded, yes.
Or it's muscle car, Mopar, where it's like
Oh,
super
bulbous,
bulgy and
yeah.
cube looking on the tire.
All I know is when I'm driving my car, I can't see it.
that's a fair point, Mike.
Yes, but I've always said, and I think you'll recognize, I've always said 50% of my enjoyment of my car is looking at it.
That's true.
It's not just driving it. I like looking at it. And I think you feel the same because I like looking at yours.
I do.
I saw it yesterday and I just
do.
looked at it. I just watched his booty drive away. It was very good.
You should try putting it in the garage for 6 months with a cover on it, and then you don't even have to worry about it. That's,
No, but I like to look at my car. I consider it dusty art. I'm fine with that.
I think more so for me than strictly the shape or the fitment or whatever is tire tread patterns and or sidewalls are extremely important.
Yes.
That might sound like a really sort of silly thing, but I saw today a car, I think Michelin makes them, but shame on you. It's like called a cross climate or something.
Yep.
It's
I
effectively
know
this
exactly
tire.
what you guys.
It's
That's
like,
becoming much more common now.
Super
That tire.
common.
People say it's
Isn't
actually
it
pretty
hideous
good.
looking?
it's the most ugly tire. It's a bunch of just repeated V's. There's
Yeah, but people
nothing
say the
else.
tire is excellent.
I don't care.
Well, that's
I
so
wouldn't
interesting.
be caught dead with that on my car. Any car.
Arguably,
It
to bring it back to
literally
Bronco, I think
I don't know
Bronco,
what
one of
he's
the
talking
options
about.
has a big, gigantic, chunky tire, which has a tread pattern like that.
No, it couldn't.
Yeah, no.
It couldn't.
I'm sure it does. I'm going to
No.
look it up. You
Please
guys do.
do.
Talking.
I haven't seen it, but
As always, we'll post a picture.
I don't know tread patterns that much, and I know this pattern you're talking about because it's hideous.
it's bad.
Does it not look like a rain tire, F1 rain tire?
That's exactly
basically?
what it looks like.
Yeah,
100%.
like an intermediate.
Yep.
Yeah, or what? Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Anyway, don't do that.
Yeah, well, they're on F1 cars. This is on a
Yeah.
Camry.
Yeah.
And the sidewall does matter. And you know what? That I don't know if we can even buy Veretta signs here, but I mean, they bang on about Giagiaro or whoever designed it. I mean, I don't. That's way too busy and fussy. I think Michelin does the nicest sidewall. They've got that velvet technology, whatever they call that. Looks fantastic.
But I do have to say the Dunlops, they do
I
look
thought
good.
they look good. I like
They-
a clean tire.
Yeah.
These ones here?
Those
the
ones
picture?
there, yeah.
Yeah, you know why? Because there's very little writing on
Yeah.
the sidewall.
They're pretty clean, weren't they?
Yes. But I remember when the car got delivered, I was a little bit like, oh, it's not quite. It's not the look because you're kind of expecting the Michelin with the checker
Checkered
flag
thing. Yeah,
design.
yeah.
I guess
And
the Cup 2s would be similar to these, though.
they're exactly
the
yeah,
cups
very
or whatever
similar.
they do
Yeah,
in there.
I would think that the sidewall of the Cup 2 it looks visually probably slightly more square. This has got a more radiused edge, but I definitely didn't like it. I remember getting it off the truck and being definitely sad, but I didn't get the Michelin's because it's a total like 50-50 crapshoot, right?
Yeah. I always
but-
find that so funny, eh?
yeah.
You
But-
never know what robbery you're ever going to get.
No.
No. Sometimes, like on one of my Tiguan's, I think I got multiple times, maybe Hankooks, maybe, which are fine. But then this new one, I got Pirelli Scorpions, and I'm like, these look really slick. They're nice tires.
Can we segue into that? I don't want to move off this
No,
if you're not
please.
done, but you had sent this week Tiguan's landed at the dealers, I believe.
The new one.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know how exciting this would be for the listeners, but for me, it's actually quite a fundamental thing.
So
Yeah, you're a Tiggy at
You're
heart.
a long time to
Yeah, and it's also Volkswagen's it's their
It's-
largest seller by miles.
I bet.
I mean, it is
Yeah,
a
it
core
makes sense.
product for them. It's like changing
Yeah.
the Corolla. It's a big
Yeah.
deal.
the Atlas can't be far behind in North America, but I would agree that based on volume, it's
Yeah.
at a lower price point, etc.
Yeah. Let's talk about it because I am.
What,
Yeah.
First of all, what are the new ones priced at?
The one that I was looking at was a Comfort Line. It was 42.
And I
Yeah.
priced out.
still pretty reasonable in the
Yeah.
world. of
I would
cars.
think so too, because
For
Comfort
reference,
Line's like the
It's
middle.
the mid. For reference, my vehicle, my current Tiguan, which is a 2024, is a Comfort Line, but it's an R line Comfort Line.
Oh, yeah.
So it was 42. So the prices have definitely gone up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I,
'Cause mine
and
was
I
42.
built one on the configurator
Oh, you
after
did?
we had this chat, and I
Okay.
too actually saw one at the dealership.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Whatever the top version is, Highline and or R line or whatever.
Yeah.
It was 48 plus options, which there literally are none.
So was the
basically.
one you saw like the one that I saw? Same wheels, like those kind of crazy multi-spoke wheels?
No.
Oh.
No, because I think those are the Comfort Line ones.
Yes, exactly.
The 2 that I saw, and I don't think I shared pictures with you guys.
Oh, that's interesting. No, you did not.
They, this one in particular, I'll pass this around. What I said to Ryan at the time was, I can't do it. I really dislike the exterior. In fact, I think you used the word hate.
Oh, I don't
You
remember.
definitely-
You were firm about it,
definitely
though.
did.
Hot
Yeah.
take with Sean.
Yes,
So-
I remember firm.
So I've now seen it in the flesh, which I did reserve. I said, look, probably should see this thing. I don't know if hate's the right word, but I'm not on board. But this one in particular, whatever this was, fancy wheels, it has a black roof on silver.
It's probably, look
It's
at
not
that.
terrible.
No, I think that looks pretty good.
And I did.
That's
Yeah.
an R line. It's got to be an R line.
All the
Yeah.
two-tone paints are coming back, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that. I've looked at
everybody's
that on-
roof line is a different color.
There's
I
a-
like that.
But see, in this car, I looked on the configurator. My memory serves that there are certain colors where it's full color of the whole car.
Yep.
And then certain colors where it's the partnership. There's
Yeah.
no, like you can have silver and black, blue and black.
Okay.
But then the white is all white, for example, whatever it was, something like that.
There's left or right. There's another color. It's the same car, just a different color, maybe a dark gray.
Oh, look at that. Yes. I don't like that wheel design, but that's an R line. That's the top of the model. I
Correct.
think. Yeah.
That wheel design in particular is
Yeah.
on all the communication photos,
Yeah, now I want to look at this. Hold
and it's
up.
a bit busy, but
I think side profile
yeah.
leaves a lot to be desired.
that's how I feel.
I think the silver one from this angle looks quite good, actually.
Looks
It definitely looks better than
RAV4-ish
the other.
It does. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I think. And
Yeah.
I would argue, actually, it looks like, what's the Corolla Cross Sport? The little,
Yes.
it looks like that. But,
I don't know if that's a compliment.
well, it doesn't
No,
matter.
yeah.
Corolla Cross Sport's like a fine, small SUV.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters.
That one I like.
That's,
gray
that's
one?
The darker
This one
right?
See, I like the silver one.
Yeah, I like the
silver
lighter one
doesn't
too.
do anything for me. I
Oh,
like the
that's
other
interesting. Interesting. I don't think it's that bad in person. And the interior looks pleasant. And they've gone to that Mercedes-esque
I did see that.
gear
Yep.
lever. And I very much like that. It's very easy to work with. I'm used to it. That's one thing I've always liked about Mercedes. I'll repeat.
Yep.
It works.
It's funny how we just talked about Bronco.
Yeah.
Going, hey, no matter what, we can't figure out what the options are or anything that. And then you go to Volkswagen, who never gives you any
No,
options.
no.
You don't get to pick anything.
No.
You pick only the color. And a lot of the time, they only inventory 3 colors anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, we made white, silver, and black. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I remember when I bought my red Tiguan, people were like, oh, you got one of the red ones? Like they were, the dealer, you were with me.
Yeah.
The dealer said they only got 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
It is bizarre. Isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, oh, I bought the Comfort Line. Okay. Everybody's got the same one.
Yep.
While
See
on
millions
the
of them.
Yeah, well, that's it, exactly. And while on the configurator, you must have thought that the colors are a bit, let's be polite, dull.
Yeah, the only one that really stands is that avocado green, which I think is a good color.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice green. Like the new Atlas, the colors. Like on the
Yep.
Atlas I showed Mike. What's it called? A Wild Peak or something? A Peak?
Oh, that one's called
Oh,
Peak Edition.
Peak
yeah.
Yeah,
Edition,
yeah.
edition,
Like
yeah.
the one that, like the Taos, the new Taos,
Yeah,
like
well, it's a
off-road
different
looking
green,
thing.
but yeah. That reminds me, we got to reach out to Volkswagen Canada and get a new Tiguan.
Oh, yeah, good
I think
point.
we should do that because I'm a big fan of Tiguan. I think it's a core product for them. My guess is they're not going to screw it up. That's my guess.
Oh,
No, I
I'm
don't
sure
think
to
so.
drive it will be lovely. I mean,
They've increased the horsepower dramatically too. I want to say 185 to 202, which is actually pretty dramatic on that car.
yep.
You know,
And I can't remember if we mentioned this, but effectively the GTI motor, the Golf R motor, whatever, they're strapping a bigger turbo to it and calling it a turbo. It's
Yes.
coming out this fall.
yeah, and it's going to make 260.
Yes.
That's a big deal because for a long time
That's a big jump.
Yeah, it is. And I remember asking when I bought my first Tiguan, I kept pushing the sales guy to be like, why are they not doing the R here? And he
Yeah.
reached out to the factory rep, and the rep just said, hey, based on consumer demand, we do these surveys. All the people buying Tiguan give it very high ratings and power rates at the lowest priority.
Interesting.
Because
So
they're
like-
That
people
makes
just
sense.
they're people just using it to get around
That's
town,
right.
take the
Yeah.
kids to
Yeah.
school, take it to work. You know, he said power was always on the bottom of the list.
Yep.
Which is why they just never made the move.
Yeah.
Isn't that
And it feels
interesting?
that way.
It's not a fast car.
No.
No.
Maybe they were
no.
confused and like trying to rate the power, and they're like 0.
Yeah, right.
It's possible. My inclination is that Volkswagen wouldn't make that error, but I totally understand
No,
where you're
never.
at. It never felt. It's never a fast. It's not a fast car.
It will be interesting to see how many of those they shift, because by the time you get north of 50, you can have a very nicely equipped Atlas.
Yeah.
Which already has that much power. Now, mind you, much bigger vehicle. Not everybody wants that.
No, and that's exactly where I came to when I was buying mine. Like we looked at an Atlas for my next work car, and it just didn't make a lot of sense. Like
Yeah.
we don't need this. It doesn't. I didn't need to sit like 12 inches away from my wife either, because the middle of the Atlas is like wide.
Yes.
I remember
yes.
she was like, "Why are you so far away?" because Atlas is huge.
there's
Although I liked yours. You
Yeah,
had that
we had
black.
two of them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
had black one. It looked
Yep.
really slick. It was nice.
Yeah, the crossboard is nice.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
the
you
new
had.
Yeah, we had
crossboard.
both of them
Yeah.
crossboards. Yeah.
Yeah,
the new
we-
one looks even slicker now with
Yeah.
like new front end. It looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The whole light up bars and everything. They look nice.
I do have it on. When does this episode come out? It comes out on
Friday the 16th.
I do have it on
Potentially.
good authority that the new RAV4 will launch on May 20th
Oh,
Oh.
for the world premiere.
interesting. And
Okay.
when we say new, this is a refresh or this is like
No, a complete redesign.
Ground
Which
up.
is the most, like, let's be honest, it is literally the Tiguan of Volkswagen. I mean,
sure.
this is a really critical product for them. They're still producing the current generation,
Yep.
but the new one will be seen for the world's view next week.
Oh,
Interesting.
It's been delayed. I know that. But
Well.
this is a big deal.
You need a press car, Toyota.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to see it. I love our RAV4. I will extol the virtues of that RAV4 every day. It's a great car.
we'll have something to talk about in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Whenever that.
Yeah, yeah.
Good
Anyway,
call though.
Tiguan.
We should hit up VW. We're all wearing some form of VW
Oh,
gear.
yeah,
which
we
is
are.
Get a
quite-
photo
We
of
look
that
like a bunch
tonight
of
so I don't
losers.
forget. Thank
Yeah.
you again to the guys at Volkswagen. They gave us a bunch of swag. Mike's got the hat.
Yeah.
Sean's got one of the tees. Dylan's got my favorite tee with the GTI logo,
Yeah.
the vintage GTI logo, I think.
unplanned.
Very unplanned.
Yeah.
It was.
Please do
And then
not.
Ryan was
please
drinking a
believe
tea
that.
out of the VW
Oh
mug.
yes, I was drinking out of my VW mug, which I am using every day. So thanks again for that because I'm literally using it every day to drink my tea.
If the Tiguan is lovely to drive, and it may very well be,
Can't wait.
then we'll have a fulsome review, and then maybe I'll change my mind. But the one thing I do hate, those 20 spoke wheels or whatever the hell they are.
Oh, I'm okay with it at work. I don't really care.
Yeah,
I
you
think they
sort
look
of-
hideous.
I suspect.
I
I suspect
agree.
my next work car is a Comfort Line Tiguan.
Yeah, but
Honestly,
just-
that's why I felt like I was looking at my next car. I said to him, "Man,
Yeah.
this is actually a big deal for me because I'm looking at it thinking, well, 12 months from now, I'm probably getting this."
And
it's
for
just
your,
how my work
for commuter
rotates.
thing, like I get it, but
Yeah.
just pick the right op. There'll be other, like you said, black line or some package.
Yeah, sure, totally fine. I also want to make sure I shout out my Tiguan here because the one thing I will say is, holy shit, drove all the way to Ottawa, all the way back, all that city, all that highway last week, 7.1 liters 100.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
pretty
fast,
impressive.
but it's so
Just
damn
slow,
fuel
sipper.
efficient. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I'm just drive. One day I got up and I went to see clients and it was like 3/8 of a tank and I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. Drove it for like 3 hours. It still hasn't hit the light. I'm like, this thing's crazy. I'm not driving it fast. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not the type. It's at work. You know what I mean? I'm not in a hurry. What's the rush to get to work? You know?
Get home.
No. No, it was
I don't know,
a
that would
hotel.
just
What's the
came
rush?
to me.
Get
yeah,
to
there's no
Subway.
rush.
get to Tim's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, true. My Subway, that's a multiple Subway user on
Yeah.
trips like that. I didn't get to go to your sandwich recommendation, Sean. I thought I was going to, but
Oh,
Sorry.
well, we'll have to hit that up another time. Dylan seemed lukewarm on it, but still worth it. Sounded like it
oh,
was
I'm
worth
sorry.
Which
No,
one?
I'm talking about the one in Ottawa.
Oh.
The one you mentioned to me.
Oh,
I'm
you
sorry.
didn't go.
No, I didn't go. I was in the car with a bunch of drunk
Oh,
people on the way
bummers.
home taking that picture.
Yeah, Goonies.
Goonies in
It was
Ottawa.
a lovely sandwich. I had it twice in the week.
Oh, nice.
Quick mention for my favorite restaurant in Centertown in Ottawa, Union 613. Really wonderful service. Really nice girl looked after us. I have her name on a receipt. She was lovely. Took us down to the speakeasy. I have to make sure I mention it because that's such a great restaurant. If you're ever in Ottawa, you should go. Union 613. Awesome people.
I didn't know where to go. I went to Mill Street Pub.
That's fine. That's fine. I know where that
and,
is. That's where I was.
Goonies and one other place. I can't recall. Nothing was like, these were like chains, which is always disappointing.
Yeah,
usually,
yeah,
but-
yeah, yeah. There's a beer town on Spark Street too, which is
there?
fine. Yeah,
Should've
that's
went
fine.
there.
That's fine. Where'd you stay?
Delta?
Okay, I don't know exactly where it is, but
Yeah, I don't remember.
let me. I feel at this point I want to mention because I posted on Instagram I don't know, 2 days ago about going to the Nurburgring coming up, which for me is a big deal.
Yeah,
As I
huge
mentioned,
deal.
as I
Lifelong
mentioned,
dream.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is a lifelong dream.
Maybe
I'm
the
41.
GTD will be
Congratulations. I know I don't look 41, so thank you. Appreciate it. You can all. I know you're all. It's okay.
41.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
Anyway, I posted on Instagram asking for like anything I should know, and I got a boatload of messages from nice people.
Oh, good.
I always love that. Instagram is amazing like
They
that.
were all in German, though.
See translation.
Interestingly enough, Mike, I kept screenshotting all the responses, and a whole bunch of people mentioned one particular restaurant called Piston Klaus. It's a
Oh.
pizza place, I guess. So I said to Amanda, well, obviously we're going to have to try this place because
Sure.
multiple people recommended it. I'm very much looking forward to going. Let me tell you exactly what I'm doing because I've never done this before and I felt I should do it right. I'm staying at the Hyatt Hotel, which is right on so you know that famous like view where there's a road and there's the big sign that says Nurburgring. It's on the back of the grandstands. Everyone always pulls over there and takes a picture. I'm staying right across the street from that, where the roller coaster is and all that stuff. And I have booked, because everybody was like giving me a lot of guidance on what to book and blah blah blah. I'm way ahead of you. In January of this year, I booked from Rent for Ring. I've never worked for them before, but they were great in email back and forth. I booked a GR Yaris.
Which is going to be
Nice.
fantastic.
I'm really excited to drive it. I specifically was looking for a car that wasn't sold here.
Yeah, that makes
right?
sense.
Yeah, and this place had everything. You want to rent this race car M3 with a roll cage and a sequential? You can have that. You want this Cayman? You can have that. You can have. They also do a bunch of minis.
He said,
like
no,
Cooper S.
thank you. I want the Yaris.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think part of the problem is like I don't really want to get myself in a car that like I don't know I might hurt
Crash?
myself
Yeah.
or hurt someone else.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
no point.
I suspect you could do that in a Yaris.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
slow,
fair enough.
That'll
but
be a fun
but-
little thing.
You
Oh,
send it
I
into
think
that
so.
bank corner.
Yeah, my
The
intent is
carousel?
Yeah.
I'm not a track driver. I've spent time on track, but I recognize my own, like, let's call skill limits, and I'm purposely booking a car that's like, hey, look,
Yeah.
I'm not going to drive like a hooligan here. I have been told by multiple people in these messages, like, hey, man, you got to watch the mirror on this place because everything is whipping. Like, it's not you and 20 other vans are going slow, but these 100 911s are wailing through this place.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that. I will spend 2 full days there. And I'll drive on it. So the weird hours for the Nurburgring for tourist laps are 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. That's it.
So is that...
Oh.
Talk us through what you get with... I mean, you get the car, obviously, but
Yes.
is there a specific... Because Chris Harris, who we talked about last week,
Yeah.
was recently there with a group of people.
Yeah.
Jethro Bovington, etc.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah,
they... I can't remember the name. Is it... Whatever. It's Nurburgring Track Days or something. They're
Okay.
like... And they say, look, if you're going to go, this is the people to do it with, and here's why.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
reason was they showed this queue of cars trying to get on these public laps.
Yeah.
Which is extremely long. And then when you are on there, they said it's utter chaos, as
Yes.
you pointed out. So... Like,
I think it's a lawless
Yeah.
rootin' tootin'.
Oh, I'm
You know.
sure of it.
like, are you thrown to the sharks or like, here's a car, man, like, best
I have
of luck?
1 hour of education
Okay.
in advance.
Yep.
I have to arrive an hour early, sign paperwork, and provide. They give you like
Yeah,
probably
but nobody else is in the car with you.
No.
And,
No,
and
not
you're
that I
not
know of.
queuing up. Like, presumably they have some sort of access to, you know.
You queue, but you queue in a different line.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
I'm happy to share the price. So for me to do 2 laps, it's including the education. So what you get for that is the car, the fuel, the tickets on to the track, because you have to pay. You have to use this pass to get
Yeah.
on, which is included in the price also.
Yeah.
It's 690 euros, I think, for 2 laps. And if you add every lap after that, they don't care. You can drive it for up to until the fuel runs out.
Okay.
It's 150 euros per lap
more,
extra.
okay.
And you can go cheaper. Like a Mini was cheaper. But I thought it'd be fun to drive a GRES just because if we don't have it. I really kept thinking that was what I wanted to do.
So in funny money, is that $1,000?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not...
They kind of have you by the cojones.
Well,
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's the
You're not going to
Nürburgring.
not spend it.
No.
That's right.
And if you know, sort of stack that up to a Porsche Experience Center thing where you... This little fartsy track. Like, when Toronto opens, I'm sure that's going to be $2,500 Canadian.
Sure.
To rip around for... What do they give you?
90 minutes.
Yeah.
I
that
have
how much
I've
it
done
is?
I've done
yeah.
that twice though, and I don't want to say anything negative because it was super awesome for that. And so this isn't like roughly speaking, I'm not going to get a full 90 minutes here. I'm going to get 1 hour of discussion and then likely 40 minutes of driving.
But the like
you're
you
not
could
gonna go
you're not going to go
sub-sevens?
7. Yeah.
Sorry, no, I was
Sub-7? No.
my estimation is
Yeah, like-
15. My estimation is 15 to 20 minutes per lap kind of thing. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
figured at 2 laps it's 40.
You won't be 20 minutes.
No,
You'll be
So, but here,
20
see what you just said
You
is exactly
walking?
accurate though, because people are like, well, you're not going to go 7 minutes. But as soon as I say 20, they're like, well, you're not going to be that slow. I'm like, well, what? No one knows the math.
We want to see timers.
Yeah.
The one
I can't
thing
wait for the
one thing I'm
telemetry.
definitely doing is I'm bringing my
Ray-Bans.
my Meta.
Yeah,
will,
oh,
they,
nice.
will they like capture long enough?
They'll capture a minute at a time, but that's fine.
Oh.
I don't care. Like, you know, I
Yeah.
got to focus anyway on this. I also don't know if the car is a stick or an automatic because GRES does come both now.
Yeah, well, Gen 2 does. Yeah, true.
again, I got to be honest. I don't care.
Yeah.
At this point,
Probably
it's
the less you got
automatic.
going on, probably the better.
Exactly. I've been on track multiple times, and to be very candid about my track experiences, I always go to these days where there's people there that are really like real track rats.
Yeah.
And people always ask me to go and invite, and I'm like, great, I want to be out here. But the second one of these people that's like a real track rat is on there, I just get nervous. I'm like, I don't want to be in their way. I also don't want them to. I don't want to hit anybody. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to get off the track. The second these guys really start pushing the cars.
Yeah. Well, there's
You know
a
what I
big difference. Like when they're bearing down,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
and they're pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a lot of room to stop and
No.
and you're like, I don't know where I'm going here. Do I stay over? And they're like, oh, I don't know if this guy knows enough to stay
That's exactly
over.
the problem. Yeah, my multiple memories for me is like sometimes you learn this, you learn a circuit, right? Because of course in Ontario here the circuits are small, so you can a lot of the time they're flat.
Yeah.
So you can see the car following you 3 corners behind, and I would say your anxiousness goes up because you know where each corner is, and as you start to see them, you're like, oh, they're gaining. Okay, they're gaining. And at some point, I'm the kind of person who's like, I'm just gonna coast here because I don't want to get in this person's way. And a lot of the time, this person has a lot more money than me and can afford to take some risks. And I'm not the type. I'm like, I'm not going to.
Or they're just willing to take more.
Yeah, I mean, I have a very distinct memory of a guy driving a GT4, and I thought, oh, look at this, he's coming up on me. He's really, it's a 718 GT4, really beating on this car, and I pulled over at this kind of chicane on Toronto Motorsports Park. I kind of got out of the way, and he flew over the one curb and then clunked over the next one. Like he was like typical, like cut the chicane on both ways. And when we went off together, I was pulling off, and he pulled off minutes later. I said to him, "Holy crap, man, you were really moving." And he's like, "Yeah, it's great when it's not your car." Because his buddy who owned it was in the passenger seat, and he was just wailing this car around. So I'm very aware of what my car is capable of. I'm just not the guy pushing it there.
Yeah. So
So what are you doing next weekend?
Yeah.
So speaking of the insurance and or wrecking your car, obviously you have some, like, you're gonna have to pay a deductible if you bang this thing up.
Yeah,
right?
it's,
but there's some limitation.
5,000 euros maybe.
That's the maximum
If you
have
write
to
it
pay.
off. Plus you pay, I think, a fee to the track as like hey, we got to pause this and remove a car. All those fees are extraordinary. So all of this is incentive for me to act like an adult.
And you don't have any basically damage limitation on your end. Like, I mean, because to your point, like if you wreck at the Nurburgring, the public thing, you're paying for the Armco, you're paying for
exactly.
like, all of it.
I
It's
don't
itemized.
know. I can't remember. It's all on the email. I don't remember exactly. I wish I could answer that better. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for that
Don't
question.
crash.
Yeah, I mean, act like a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no point in acting like a complete idiot.
Wait,
I see Dillon's like struggling.
Dillon's
He's like,
like, no,
I
that's
really
not my
do want to act like
mentality.
an idiot.
I'd be sending this thing.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's not the right thing to do. I don't want to get on the hook for a $20,000 bill.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you think that way, you will.
I mean, I don't know. My inclination is still to be cautious.
I've been playing a lot of
I know.
Gran Turismo 7 recently. Mm-hmm. And tonight when I go home, I'm going to buy a GR Yaris.
And try it
I'm
out.
going to go around the ring and tell you, like, I think you're going to be less than 12.
Oh, that's not a
I
bad
was gonna,
idea. 'cause
I
that's
honestly, I was going to say like 11 and a half.
But hold on. It's really critical. Drive it like a person who's never driven the track before.
Well, that'll be
and
hard.
is taking in the sights. Because I think just seeing
You're
your
going to be
place.
a liability out there.
yeah.
I think seeing
You
the
got a
place is
flashing
pretty
light you
important.
put on this car?
Yeah.
Easy. Easy. I think seeing the place is pretty
Student
important.
driver sticker.
Yeah, right.
That's not a bad idea. You can buy those all over the place now. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, a lot of people online said, "Oh, why you rented a Yaris?" I'm like, "Man, this is a great car, like a 300 horsepower four-wheel drive
the
car.
car
It's
is great.
Great. I can't wait." My intent was to have some fun on the kind of like let's call it open sections where it's like you can log
Okay.
down
What do
here
you
at a
What do
good
you
clip.
think? Like, is there a point you want to hit?
Speed?
Yeah.
I think on that long straight, I'd love to see 200 if I can, but I have no guidance on whether I'm even allowed because they do force you off before you go back on again to refinish to start another lap.
The end straight, no, you cannot anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
Certainly on the public days.
Yeah.
But there's lots of, like the downhill
Other
section
open
at the start,
sections.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
can-
I wouldn't mind seeing 200. I've been over 200 before in Germany, and it doesn't feel anything out of the ordinary.
no.
Yeah.
In fact, it feels slow.
I was going to say, I think that would be pedestrian on the first part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the first half of that track really well because I over and over do it when I wreck the race, when I crash halfway through. So
I
not
can
so
tell.
good at the latter half.
Yes. But there's always that. I'm never going to know the corner name, but you are through the first twisty parts. You dive down. You come up over that crest where you pick up air, and then you have that right kink, and then a long left curve, and over it there's a slight lift.
Yes.
And then it comes down to that hard right turn where it's all gravel. That corner is notorious for the car becoming light as you're turning in, and you see just no end of videos of people losing it right there.
Keep
and
it to the
half
floor.
the time they're not even going
Yeah.
that fast.
Don't let off.
You know? Yeah, exactly.
Don't watch
let
any more
off, you're-
videos.
Oh,
Just
I'm
drive
watching
it.
them all. I don't care. I'm like, I kept saying to Amanda,
The
I'm
car's fire's
gonna make
getting
that
light.
mistake.
Don't let
I'm not going to
off.
make that mistake.
You should totally get. I mean, I think you said you have it. You should get on Gran Turismo.
No,
Just-
I mean, I might have it. I have no
I was gonna say,
idea.
I did that race so many times. I knew within the first corner if I
Exactly.
was going to make the time or not.
Yeah, fair enough. You just reset.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
I would
like,
do the
okay,
same.
done. Yep.
It's been a long time since I played Gran Turismo. However, I want to be fair here and tell you that I'd be conservative to say that I'd probably run about, I don't know, 1 million laps on the Nurburgring over all the years. It's conservative.
Yeah. I used
Anyway.
to, on iRacing, I used to run
Yeah,
Spa
exactly. You
a
just
lot.
do it. Yeah. So
That's the best.
That's an important note because of the next day after I leave the Nurburgring, I'm going to Spa.
Oh,
Are you?
shut
I
up.
didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And I booked a behind
The
the scenes.
spa. Not,
yeah, for his monthly massage.
Yeah.
Which in Germany is naked all the
Belgians.
time. So it's
Yeah.
not really my thing. I'm not a sausage out kind of guy.
The Belgian Spa.
No, I'm going to Spa the next day.
Yeah.
Are you going on track?
No,
seeing
just
it.
doing to see the place. There's a restaurant there. I also very luckily 4 days a month they have behind the scenes tours you can take for like €14. It's nice and cheap. So it only runs like literally 4 days a month. And we planned our trip and I said to my wife, I'd really like to visit Spa. And it just happened to be that one of these BTS tours was running on the day we were there. So we will leave Cologne, which will be before Spa, and we'll shoot out there for 11 in the morning and have the behind the scenes tour. So we see like the control room, you get in pit garages
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff, which if you look at the schedule for Spa, it's like jam packed with events.
Yeah.
But most of the events are weekends.
Yeah.
So it's very likely that when I'm there on a Wednesday, some of the stuff is leaving and some of the stuff is coming in, but maybe I won't see a lot, but I don't care. And then Spa, the forest, what you don't really see on the views of like Formula One races and WEC races and stuff is there's tons of hiking trails in the forest. So you can just hike
really?
around. Yeah. So we're bringing our proper like hiking gears. We're like, okay, well, let's take a walk. Let's enjoy the view. I just personally have a goal to see Eau Rouge. I would like
Yeah.
to see Eau
Yeah.
Rouge. Like I'd
Yeah.
like to stand at the pit and look at it.
Yeah.
To see the depth and this feels like a big deal. I have a childhood
Yeah.
friend that went there when he was a kid, and he told me it stuck with him for years. He's
I believe
This
it.
view was amazing.
That's got to
You
be the my favorite track.
yeah. One of our listeners, Joe,
Yeah.
he goes there all the time.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
The elevation changes are
It's wild.
insane.
And the weather there has been good recently. So I've been watching the weather for this trip. It looks pretty darn good, like 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Because you've seen, I mean, who hasn't? I mean, like it's been sunny at one
yeah.
end and raining at the other. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's so large. Right? So I don't know what the total distance is. 7 kilometers around? Can't remember. It's a good
I don't know.
distance.
I think that's about right.
I think
Yeah.
I think my Avatar guys died 30 times there
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Who?
Especially on the backside.
Oh, yes.
When you get into like all the S's. Oh yeah, you can get loose in there.
I'm excited to see it. And it's amazing to me that these these like life goal world famous racetracks
Yeah.
are like 90 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
Because once you're in Europe, it's always just a quick, like, all right, well, just puddle jump that extra 90 minutes and I'm here.
Pop over to Spa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And a lot of the guidance I got online was people like, hey, if you're going to Spa, make sure you drive this forest road.
Okay.
Not that it's like super twisty, but it's just very beautiful.
Yep.
People say the
Nice.
Ardennes forest there is like really spectacular. So we've rented just a generic like Audi or something to rent on this. We're not renting a fancy, we're just booking from Enterprise, something like that kind of
Yeah.
car.
I mean, you could have had a Yaris
Twice.
twice.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a bit expensive.
It'll be a beautiful Avant diesel.
I
Probably.
hope so. Yeah, that's my hope. Maybe we'll
great.
get lucky and get the new. What's the new A4 called again? Is it the A5?
A5.
Maybe we'll get lucky and get the new one. You never know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna guess they've rolled them out over there.
Oh,
already,
for sure.
well
And those
ahead of
fleets
us.
are always really good at that.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah,
first
yeah.
they get everything first.
Yeah, makes sense. So anyway, I'm really, really excited about this trip, having never done any of these places before. But to see those, every time I go back to Europe, I feel it's kind of critical that I knock down more racetracks. I think you just go to them all.
It's a good plan.
I got lucky
like it.
last year to be in Italy when Charles Leclerc won the Italian Grand Prix. I was in Italy watching it on Italian TV in Italian.
Nice.
It was a pretty big deal. The town was quite quiet for about 2 hours on the Sunday
Sean, what do
afternoon.
they say? What do Italians say when they?
Oh, grazie tutti. And
that it?
what else do they say?
I thought it was Forza
Ferrari.
Ferrari.
That too.
Forza Ferrari.
Grazie mille, grazie tutti.
There you go.
Are you trying to name the car? What is it again?
No Dolce or something.
Dolce
Whatever.
Cilindri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited about this trip. I can't wait to get out of here. And I'm traveling in May. I've earned this. We haven't had a holiday since October, so I'm ready.
Jeez,
You know,
tough
I watched
life.
you guys go on these nice sunshiny.
It's a
You
good,
were in the
Yeah, we did,
sunshine.
yeah.
You were in the sunshine.
It's a good thing Amy doesn't listen to this because we've been discussing vacations recently. I said, no, we just got back from one. And Ryan's like, oh my God, I had to wait 6 months.
Why? What's on the block?
Oh, don't even know. We're not going there.
No, I just try to take a holiday once every 3 months normally. I try to take 1 week every 3 months. That's 4 weeks a year.
Yeah, but fair enough. But most people aren't going to Europe or
No.
Oh,
holiday.
sorry.
weekend.
No.
they're
I
going
just
to
like a day off once every 3 months.
No, my holidays were more like, hey, we're going to Vegas or something.
Yeah.
Like at least getting away in the winter. So not suffering through this, which was I think effectively our hardest winter in a long time.
Yes.
Without a
Absolutely.
holiday was tough.
Yeah, most people are going to the Wheels Inn in Chatham.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's still a thing.
It's not called that anymore, but it's
No?
still there.
Is it
What
still
is
there?
it
Sean
called?
would know. He's from there.
Yeah, actually,
Is that where you're from, eh?
well, kind of. Yeah, I lived in Chatham for
sorry
a while.
about
I know, eh?
Wow.
I like to distinguish myself from Chatham because I grew up in Thamesville, but
Oh, yeah.
It's burgeoning Mecca.
Is that the home of Bulldog Steel Wool?
Yes, it is.
Thamesville.
Yes, it
Thamesville,
is.
that's
yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
The old plant is very beautiful, but
It
I
is.
don't think anyone's bought it. It just seems to be aging away.
No, when I was in public school and maybe even high school, it was still a going concern, but not for a long time.
Very beautiful though.
Yeah,
Cool building. Anyway,
The things we learn on the pod.
right.
Yeah, you never know.
yeah, no, we're jumping all over the place. There's no
We
question. This is
absolutely
going to be one of those episodes. It's going to be good.
Wheels in
can
Chatham.
feel it.
Yeah. That's a lot. Going back a lot of years.
There's something like the wheels proper that what it was like with the golf and the slides and whatever else was there, like the ball pits. That's all gone, but they replaced it with a convention center, and I thought there's
really?
go karts and some stuff there, but
I have no idea what you're talking about.
they were going to put a
Oh, you
casino
never heard of
in
this
there.
place?
And
No.
maybe they did.
There is a casino down there beside
Yeah.
the Holiday Inn.
There you go.
You mean
So
the
they-
one on like the main road?
Hey,
Yeah.
We're getting pretty in the weeds here for all the listeners across the world.
Us
but,
road
yeah,
travelers,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pavement pounders.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Soon enough, it'll be concrete pounders.
Hey.
Hey, coming to see that driveway.
So am I.
I'm going to go see it this weekend when nobody's
7
around.
days.
Yeah, you're right, Mike.
I hope you prepped it up for me.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I know. Me
It'll be
too.
good and dry by the time you get home. Or
I can't wait. No, I'm
Yeah.
gone. I'm gone for 10 days.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
And then when I get home, I'm headfirst into kaleidoscope stuff.
Yeah.
As we are. So I'm
Yeah,
leaning, I'm
man,
leaning
that's
on
getting
all,
here fast.
I know. I'm leaning on all three of you guys to manage the
Should
fort.
we talk about Porsche London's Cars and Coffee this weekend?
Yeah, sure,
Anybody
we should
going?
do.
Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You'd be the lone survivor if you went, wouldn't you?
I might
in terms
be,
of this group.
but we could
I
take
think-
2 cars, maybe.
Or you,
do.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Sean, you're heading up to the cottage.
Yeah, we're leaving on Friday.
Oh, nice.
You should bring both.
Yeah.
You guys would be
I'd
pretty
have to
cool.
wash the one for sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
The dirtier the better. Take it mudding first.
Yeah. Right.
Not a bad
When
idea.
you'd be down for
Just
that.
take it right through their lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's gonna
Yeah,
be some
under the
rain.
bird
Well, there's
cage.
gonna be. Yeah. There's some rain this week, so just go. You know,
Yeah.
some farmer's field for 60 seconds. It won't take long.
what does the weather? Is Saturday looking okay? Or it's too far
This
away.
is
but-
Sunday, is it not?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I think it might be Sunday.
I
Sean.
believe-
Yeah,
It's
it'll be
Sunday.
Sunday,
Is that
right?
right?
Aren't
Yeah.
they always Sunday?
Yeah.
Let me look. I'll tell you what the
Jeez,
weather
it's
is.
been a while.
Looking for an update.
Aren't almost every car meet on Sunday?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, Sunday looks okay. 17 and sunny. Not bad. It's nice.
Cool.
It'd be cool in the morning.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You know, I mean, we've
I might go and report back.
Yeah, like the first turnout of the year is always really good.
It always busy.
It is a big one,
Yeah.
and you know how you see a lot of the same stuff. It'd be nice to have the kind with white wheels. It'd be the first one
It
London
would.
has seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the kicker about local
Yeah.
cars and coffee.
Yeah, there's a couple of repeat offenders, but we're all guilty
Yeah,
of that
but we
too.
haven't seen
so.
these guys since the fall, basically. A lot of them, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
get
Yeah.
back.
And it's
see
always a
everybody.
real party, like you said on the first one.
Yeah,
It's always a
full.
Festivus.
There's a. Speaking of, I'm sure it'll be there. You can go inside, but there's a white Spider RS with silver wheels, PCCBs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
I didn't know that either.
I don't. I've made it clear I don't really love white cars, but I looked at that. I was like, geez,
I think
What's
white
the stock
really
number on
works.
that one?
let me get back to
I think white really works on Spider RS.
It does.
If it's got a full painted
Yeah,
hood,
It's a
definitely
partially
doesn't.
painted
it's not
Oh.
ideal.
no, but it's better than the full one.
Full.
I
Yeah.
love the white with the full painted hood.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them at FAF right now that look sexy, like just beautiful. Full
Yeah.
white, silver wheels. Does it have yellow brakes, this
It
car?
does indeed.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm torn on. I like white with yellow, but I almost prefer them in black because they're
Yeah,
really under
I
the
would
radar.
prefer
Yeah,
with that
I
car.
think it would work with some of the black.
But when it's
flags.
What's the
carbon.
interior?
You know what? I only saw it through the glass, so I don't know.
Okay, it's in the showroom though.
Yeah,
We should mention our good friend Christina, who sold that really
Oh, yeah.
beautiful
That's gorgeous.
macadamia metallic GT4 RS that went
Such
out
a
this
beautiful
week.
color.
Yeah, it's a really good spec for.
there's an amazing
Picking it.
amount of metallic in that too. Like, I
Is
mean,
there?
Yeah.
oh yeah, when you're standing over top of it, it's
You
like,
saw it up close.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, multiple
Pops.
times. Well, multiple times you saw it up close. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
again. Remember? Yeah.
Well, I believe that was my favorite car from Kaleidoscope last year. Was that macadamia?
Raj's car.
Yeah.
Oh no, which one?
No,
Raj's the Targa or the
no,
GT3?
Amstelite.
Is that what
No.
amethyst?
Amethyst.
You talking about the GT3 Touring?
Anthracite.
Anthracite.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the one
sorry,
you guys
yeah,
were.
yeah,
you guys
yeah.
were all gawking over.
Spec
Yeah.
is very similar though.
It
This
is,
with
yeah.
this 4RS. So it's
Indeed.
that macadamia
Gold
over
wheels.
gold.
Yeah.
I don't know what I couldn't tell from the photos is that the seat inserts are factory or not. I don't know that.
No, I didn't. I didn't notice it. They didn't look
It's hard to say. I don't know.
special or different. I should
No, they were
say.
definitely different.
Oh, they were?
They had like a brown and white gingham type pattern, like a.
Oh.
what do they call
Really?
it?
Pepita?
Not Pepita. What's the
Pasha?
no? What is the main? It's like the
Houndstooth?
Scottish look. What's that called?
Tartan.
Tartan. Sorry, it's like a brown and white tartan.
Oh.
With some yellow striping in it.
Interesting.
It was okay.
Maybe it was covered when I saw it. I didn't notice that, but
Could have been. I saw it in photos. She had actually invited me to come see the car, and
Oh, yeah, it does.
It was a Saturday afternoon in London, and I was never going to drive.
I
across
really
town.
like that. That's so
It
gorgeous.
came
Oh,
out,
yeah,
it came
no,
out
it's-
really nice.
And even with the black hood, the carbon on the hood.
Yeah, it
doesn't
works.
bother
Yeah,
me.
No, it's 'cause it's really
it works
understated.
because it doesn't stick out like
Yeah.
the white.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
came out
Yeah.
really well.
It does.
I'm never clear. To be
And
very
it's
honest,
brown.
The
I'm
gold
never clear
wheels.
with brown on gold. But Mike's made a strong case for that. I'm
like
not
caramel.
a brown on gold guy, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly silver wood, but I wasn't offended by that at all. It sort of is cohesive with the goldy brown tones.
Yeah. And Raj's car was this brown,
Yeah, it
the
was.
macadamia metallic. That's the color on his Targa.
Speaking of Targas, your friend from Kaleidoscope,
Yes.
I believe, just parted with his.
Yeah, it's really sad.
He's clearing out
I
the stable.
love that car. He has an inbound.
Yeah, as they do, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. I was actually slightly. We're talking about TTT Showdown on Instagram. Tom, he posted a photo, and I was actually very concerned that both cars were on the trailer in the picture. One was on, and then the other one was on.
yes,
And I had a mild panic attack and sent him immediately a text and was like, "What is happening?" And I literally wrote, "This is my sad face." Period. And then he said, No, I've only got rid of the Targa, which was a really nice car. 2016 991.1 manual, full, like all the options, PCCBs, all the
Nice
leather, like
interior,
a really
yeah.
rare car. Like and the color was paint to sample fashion gray. Really nice car. Sorry, Mike, we're doing little footsies under the table. That was
it's all
hot.
good.
Anyway, yeah, really sad, but he kept the Wasabi. He kept that
Nice.
car. I was worried that Wasabi had departed.
oh yeah, one must
And
have
does
been
he
coming.
still have
when-
the GT4?
No,
No.
it's traded. It's traded
That's
for the
gone too?
inbound. It's pre-traded
okay.
for the inbound. The inbound, I'm not giving away any major secret here because I think he's put it on the internet, as a GTS Red Spider RS. Being built in late summer because apparently they're going to run production on Spider and GT4 RS into the fall.
Like
Which doesn't surprise me. I'm going to guess they've just got a warehouse full of parts.
Yeah,
that
they
need
got to get rid of.
sold.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least get out.
Before they make
Maybe
what I
not
think is
sold.
the stupidest decision in their entire brand history,
Yes.
which is erasing the entry-level product line. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Interesting.
But do we see this going back though?
I have no
You
idea.
are we seeing a reversal?
I think
Hard
that-
to say.
I think I think they'll put something else out. Will it be a continuation of this current platform? Probably not exactly, but yeah, I think something will come back.
Although I'm going on the record, if they do launch a new naturally aspirated GT4, I'll probably throw my name in the hat.
You know,
I love
Yeah,
my main
that's
car,
fair.
but yeah.
are we at time?
Sort of. You have 5 minutes if you want.
Well,
Hit us.
I've been seeing recently these, and it's probably AI. I don't know. Maybe they're talented designers. Maybe they're not. But I've been seeing these renderings of
944.
reimagine
Oh,
944s.
Well, that's just not gonna happen, so we're on the same
914s.
page.
I know,
AI.
but
Yeah.
They are pretty cool.
they should pick up the pen and do that.
Yeah.
That'd
It's
be
just not going to
amazing.
happen. It's all going to come down to fleet averages and consumption and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
CO2.
But those AIs of the
They look
944,
so good.
They do look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not going to happen. There's a render. Who's the guy who's really famous who does the render? Glenn Cordell. He did the
Yes,
914
I've-
too,
yeah.
and it looks badass. I mean, he's done a really good job putting kind of Boxster parts on
Yep.
it and different things. It looks awesome, but it's just
People would buy that car.
sure we all say that, but then you never.
Well,
it's
yeah.
a data point, right? It all comes down to numbers.
It's true, but if it was less than 100 grand and it wasn't a flat
Yeah.
six,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was- but
What's less than 100 grand though?
what do
The
you mean?
new Tiguan.
Oh snap!
Not barely the Bronco.
Yeah, barely the Bronco. I take your point now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
The new Expedition too, just not there.
Yeah, fair enough. My gut tells me with the 718 product line, they'll wipe it because they already gone down this path anyway, so it's not going to
Yeah.
happen. But my kind of thought is that they're very likely to launch a mild hybrid to try and all right, we got to bridge this gap.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they might. My other 50% tells me that they just dump the line and go 911. That's it. Sorry, 911T, because their money comes from Cayennes and Macans.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah,
open
no
about
doubt.
that. So.
Yeah.
They need to sell more of those, of which they're not doing right now, to
No,
be able to
they're
fund
definitely
more
not.
sports car development.
No.
But if you recall, the electric Boxster was supposed to launch this year, and it doesn't even look remotely
No,
like
it's,
it's gonna.
26
they,
now, I think.
Yeah, they put
Yeah.
that on hold. No,
Well, delayed at least. I haven't followed it that closely. Once in a while, I see a picture of the electric Cayman, and I think it looks cool. I think it's going to be a slick looking. It's nice to see a new Cayman that's more modern, even though they've wrapped it in a bunch of
Yeah.
Stuff.
body colored camo. They can't be that far away because
Oh, I think, it's got to be close.
yeah,
It'll be
Anyway.
more good fodder when it does come out. At least we can judge its exterior looks.
Well, Porsche Center Vaughn posted that like tribute to the cars the other day, and I couldn't help myself, and I had to comment. And I was like, "This is just it's going to go down as such a stupid decision. Like, there's so many buyers you just alienated.
Yeah.
Thousands of people want this car, and they don't want to buy a 911T for $200,000.
No.
Buy your 986 and 987s now. The prices are going up.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? It's probably to happen. Anyway, let's call it a night. 55 minutes in. You feel good? You feel good?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
feel
good.
good.
Anything you want to drop in here now?
Don't think so. No,
Maybe see you at Porsche Center London.
maybe
Cars and Coffee.
If you're there, say hi.
I think our good friend Lucas is hosting something. Is it the same day?
No,
It
Saturday.
No,
Saturday.
Saturday afternoon.
That's at Monthill Golf Course, which is outside Hagersville.
Caledonia,
Yeah,
yeah.
down that way.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I'm conflating two things here. He's having a Cars and Coffee.
Another Autostrada.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the
Oh, yeah.
Vault
So
one?
I apologize. It's Lucas and Autostrada. I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
Is that the vault one?
No, it's at Monthill Golf Course, which is.
I went there last fall.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh,
I drove
I think
up.
I remember
None
you telling
of
me
you guys would get on board tonight. It was the
you
most
sure?
beautiful Sunday.
Did you ask?
Oh, yeah. He asked me,
yes.
I'm sure, but I was
Oh, yeah.
busy. I'm very important.
It was
Sean.
like the last Sunday of September, October, whatever it was. It was the last one they were doing, and it was a great day. And I don't know, everyone was busy, so I drove up there myself. It was great.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not a
wow.
bad drive.
The drive was great.
Hour
It
and
was-
30, maybe? Hour and 40?
Well, I made
Back
it
roads?
longer, but yes,
Yeah.
it.
Downside is you do a lot of that zigzaggy back road thing. A lot of
Yeah.
stop sign, turn right,
Yeah,
stop sign,
it was
turn
good
left.
scenery though.
okay,
In the
though.
fall, farm, fields were off,
Yeah.
trees were turning. It was great.
Yeah.
No cell service. I'm good with that.
No, I had
Yeah.
stopped at some small little hole in the wall bakery and had a
I like bakeries.
strawberry Danish or something. It was fantastic.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, anyway, maybe you'll see you out there at
Yep.
the big thing on the weekend. You never know.
Never know.
I'm sure there'll be a big turnout.
I'm sure.
Just drive really slow to annoy those kids looking for the real.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
slow. I really like to annoy them.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, we're calling it there. Good night,
Okay,
fellas.
good night. Have fun.
Wow.
See ya.